Today I am going to deal with a very interesting topic, economic development. This concept, economic development, has a great significance in almost all types of economies of the world. If we take underdeveloped, developing, and even developed, this concept has great applications. If we take underdeveloped countries, as we all know, underdeveloped countries are facing many burning issues like poverty, unemployment, low levels of living standards, low savings, low per capita, low income, etc. So, in order to solve all these issues, they need development. So, there comes the role of development. And if we take even developing countries, they are also facing many issues like poverty, low per capita, low income, low living standards, low drinking water provisions, etc. So there also what is needed, development is needed. And if we take developed countries, they have to maintain their levels. They have to maintain that growth levels in that particular manner, in that constant manner, racing manner itself. And also they have to have a control over various economic cyclical fluctuations too. There also comes the role of development. So if we take any country in the world, economic development is a must. Then, so we can say that this development was growing as an important branch of economic theory. And we can see that this process, this economic development is actually a process of increase in per capita and increase in economic welfare. See, increase in per capita income, it means that is purely related to the economic aspirations of a country. And economic welfare that will come, that is that is clearly related to the social, political, institutional aspects. So, in short, we can say that economic development as a concept covers various aspects. So, it covers economic as well as so many other aspects, non-economic aspects too. Then, exploitation of all productive resources. In order to have development, what is needed? The country must have to utilize all the existing resources. We all know that all the countries are not blessed with all types of resources. Some countries are blessed with some resources, but some others are not. So, what is needed? We have to utilize, we have to exploit all the opportunities, all the existing resources for to have maximum output, for to have maximum utilization. So then only we can have development. So economic development that is related to the exploitation of all productive resources for to have development. Now, while understanding the importance of the same, United Nations export committee had made a clear specification like this regarding development. Economic development concerns not only man's material needs but also the improvement of social conditions of life. So this specification again emphasizes the role of economic development in our day-to-day life. And we can also say that this is a multi-dimensional concept. That means it has various dimensions. It covers not only the economic development of a country, but also the socio-political, cultural, institutional developments. It means that everything will be considered. That means all round development of a country that has been we are going to that will come under the concept economic development. It means a country's overall progress will be analyzed, will be measured under economic development. So Schumpeter viewed economic development as a distinct phenomenon, which he says is a spontaneous and discontinuous change in the channels of flow, disturbance of equilibrium, which forever alters and displaces the equilibrium state previously existing. So after achieving, it is a spontaneous and discontinuous economic, as per Schumpeter's view, economic development is a spontaneous and discontinuous. We can't continue in a rhythmic continuous manner. That is always discontinuous and spontaneous, and that will definitely alter the previously existing equilibrium. We will definitely move towards some other fluctuations and displaces the previously existing equilibrium state. Okay, so that has been mentioned by one of the famous development economists, Joseph A. Schumpeter, regarding economic development. Now we will discuss some of the features of economic development. Now, what are the different features we will discuss? Number one, it is a dynamic process. Economic development is a dynamic process. That means we all know that economic development that has been influenced by different variables. Okay, so all these variables can always fluctuate. While living in a present economic changing world, we all know that all these economic factors are always fluctuating. They are varying character too. So what will happen? We can't continue in a very systematic manner because all these development variables are dynamic in character, and the process will also be like that. Okay, so economic development is always dynamic because developmental variables are dynamic, and all these variables are fluctuating as per the requirements of the modern world too. That's it. That's the reason. Now, the second important feature is long-term phenomenon. We can't achieve economic development in a very, very short span. We need time. Definitely, it will take 2 to 3 decades to have development, because when we implement a development plan, the maturation period will be long. Naturally, definitely we can say that economic development we can't achieve development in a very short span of time. We need time. That is why it has been featured as a long-term phenomenon like that. Okay, so economic development, we need time to have economic development. It cannot be attained in a very within a very short span of time. Then the third thing is measured by real per capita income. We can measure economic development by taking into account the real per capita income. That is there. But if there is increase in per capita income, if we take a single country's case, if that country's per capita income is increasing, it means that there is economic development, definitely. And if there is low per capita income, we can say that there is low levels of economic development. So most of the countries, all the countries in the world, they'll be thinking about raising different raising strategies of per capita. There are different strategies in order to increase per capita income. So many of the countries, underdeveloped as well as developing countries, they'll be thinking about many innovative strategies to raise this per capita income, because only through increase in per capita income a country can develop. And when their per capita income increases, they have to think about two other things too. That is, they must have to control their population, and also they should have a control over the fluctuations in prices too. Okay, so while considering these two things, fluctuations in prices and also population growth, definitely per capita income, rise in per capita income is one of the most important and very essential factor to have economic development. And next feature, economic development is quantitative as well as qualitative. Quantitative means growth and qualitative means change. Growth means economic development. Economic development has a close connection towards growth. That means increase in per capita income, increase in national income, increase in savings. All these will come under growth aspect. And qualitative means change. That means change in living standards, change in qualitative aspects, provisions in drinking water, then other facilities, social setup, administrative aspect, political framework. In all these areas also, what is needed, a change is actually needed. So, quantitative in the sense, pure income basis, that means economic development or economic growth, and qualitative in the sense, increase in the social, political, cultural, other aspirations. Okay. Now, the next feature is distributive justice. We all know that in the present world, there are different uncertainties. All people might have different levels of income, and the wealth has been not equitably distributed among the people. So, in order to actually only through economic development, we can equitably distribute our wealth or income among the large number of masses. And in that sense, we can say that economic development has a great significance. So, we can have distributive justice only through economic development, through different policies and programs of the government. Okay, then the last one, human approach. Economic development is human in character, humanistic in nature too, because through development plans we can transform people towards much higher, better levels of living. They can raise their income, they can have a good life, they can personally improve. So, in that sense, we can say that economic development is a humanistic approach too. So, in short, all these are the different features of economic development, and this concept has a great significance in modern world. In the changing present world, we all know that many disturbances are arising day by day, and only through economic development we can overcome all our issues and to have a good life. So, thank you all.